Goodness comes and evil goes. Kimungo. Kimungo ukumbozi, Kimungo ukumbozi, Kimungo ukumbozi. Divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth. Karibu and welcome. My name is Kwende, and today we're going to be discussing the very important subject of African spirituality. And as a first port of call, what is important to note is that African people are a primary people, and African people are a spirit people of divinity by nature. So those are important things to know as we get into an introduction to African spirituality. African spirituality is a crucial vehicle for empowering the oneness that African people hold with the Creator Supreme, with the ultimate divine. So it empowers, it elevates, it strengthens, it sustains the link, the interconnectedness, the oneness that African people hold with the Creator Supreme. The African is spirit endowed, magnificently spirit endowed. That's by decree of the ultimate divine, of course. And that endowment is huge and fundamental to African life. What the African experiences in the physical realm is at best a reflection of what is unseen, what is metaphysical, beyond the physical, and also about the physical. This is very important to know, very important to digest. And so the African is spirit dominant. Yes, he is. Yes, she is. And you can see that, experience that in what it is that African people do, what it is that we do, how we express ourselves, how we rhythmize and energize and animate the fabric of life that is substance of our being. This wonderful and special people that we are walks in that spirit endowment every single day. So being a spirit people, African people have a vehicle that energizes spirit, that allows the spirit to fully flourish, to be fully nurtured, to develop, to grow, to elevate, and allow African life to be animated and expressed in its most potent and its most prolific form. So African spirituality is key to African life. And the way of African life that Africans live, that these wonderful soul people that we live, is embodied within African culture. And if you want to check out the introductory video on living African culture, then please do that. Just to highlight that African spirituality elevates the way of life that African people live. It lifts the way of life that African people live to its pinnacle ascent, its pinnacle ascension. And lifts it in such a way that it becomes elevated to divine status. So spirituality, African spirituality, is not distinct from African culture. They are intertwined, interrelated, interconnected, and are inseparable. They have a rhythmic dance of oneness. The African way is a way of spirit, which is only natural for the spirit people of creation. So a spirit people must have then a vehicle to energize, to nurture, to develop their spirit. And that's what African spirituality does. The spirituality of the spirit people. And that is so important because it's what comes out of, what is expressed by African souls that is right and proper for African souls. Think about that. That's certainly something to think about. It's not culture over here and spirituality over there, and they never meet, they never coincide. They're not isolated units, they're not discrete, separate at all. There's a rhythmic dance that takes place between the two. There's a oneness of fabric that they share, and rightly so, in harmony, beautiful and magnificent harmony at that. So in elevating the culture to its highest status and its pinnacle state means that the way of life is a divine way of life for a divine people. African spirituality also energizes and enlivens centrality that African people hold within the sacred universe. It's most powerful. And so, in the quest and the journey for the realization of divine truth, it is wholesome for the African to continue to lift themselves in righteous elevation. And in lifting the African self in righteous elevation, and when I mean self, not just the person's self, but the entire collective self, and all the levels in between. And when the African lifts them, when Africans lift themselves in righteous elevation, they express righteousness throughout the world. That's what African spirituality enables the African to do. To allow the fullest expression of righteous order throughout the world. And righteous order must prevail. Only right coming from a divine and spirit people. And with that strength, process, force, the spirit people of creation, the primary people of creation, those that are central in the sacred universe, carry with them a great responsibility. So with that, and I hope that has given ones and ones just a little bit of food for thought. Until the next time, until such time again. Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi. Divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth.